Sorry if that's really harsh. I'm trying not to be. Also too, like, you know, people come here for that, so. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Valerie. I'm a hairstylist and I want to ruin my reputation with brands. No, but I wanted to do something like this for Hot Tools, and then Hiram, the skin goddess guy, he did it for brands, and I'm like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. I wanted to teach you guys what to look out for when you're shopping, and just in general, my opinions on these brands and where I put them on the list. So very bottom, don't. Just straight up, don't buy it. No, 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 no. It is like out of my life, basically. No is please don't. Like, you know, I would highly suggest not to, but it's not like a don't. And then cusp is literally what it means, like it's on the cusp of being okay. It's just a cusp. And then the I like it, I like it. I like it like that. But it's not like godly, it's not like amazing, but it's good. Like top tier one, buy it please, buy it now if you can. It's amazing. So that's my reasoning for all the names. Let's start off with the first one here, Neutrogena. I didn't even know Neutrogena made hair care products, but I do use some of their skincare stuff actually. And I watched Hiram's video of this and I'm learning I should not be. For me, Neutrogena will just go in the no. Whenever it comes to hair care stuff, the big thing is the shampoo and conditioner. So big thing with drugstores is that they water it down, honestly. It's like that Tide commercial, why pay for water?
Don't pay for water. Tide is concentrated with 3 times the active cleaning ingredient.
That's what you're doing when you're buying drugstore shampoos and conditioners, and even like products too, like leave-in conditioners, like all that is so watered down, and that's how they make it so cheap, because there's not a lot of actual product in it. Go down the line here. So Bumble and Bumble cusp. Bumble and Bumble is one of the Sephora brands basically. So my friend uses Bumble and Bumble and she's always had a good experience with it. It's good for curly hair people. I've never used it again, but I have read up ingredients, I've looked up how it's made and everything, and that's a big thing for me too, like how it's made. Is it ethically made? Is it at least like decent? And Bumble and Bumble hits a few of those things. Amika, ooh, this is, I like it, or buy it please, I don't know. Buy it please. So Amica's products are very well made. It is based in New York City, from what I remember at least. Amica is so good, especially their Hot Tools, but I am doing a separate one for Hot Tools actually. So if you want to see my opinions on Hot Tools, like blow dryers, strainers, that will be out next month. Okay, oh, Olaplex. Olaplex, I like it. It does what it does. It's really good for if you have really bleached hair like me. I personally don't use it. I will tell you what I use when we get to that brand. It's in most of the bleaches I work with. Like it's already inside of the bleach, which I think is a really good idea to like have it just in there. OGX. Okay, so this is a drugstore brand and this is gonna shock people, but it's in the I like it category. So for me, OGX is one of the best drugstore brands. My favorite products from them are the dry shampoos, and they just work really well too, in my opinion. So okay, let's go off of there because a bunch of the ones there are gonna be easy. I won't go through the hard ones. So herbal essences, let's get that and put it in the don't ever buy that. All the fragrances is so bad for you and for your hair. And like I was saying before, like why pay for water? That's literally what you're doing. That's why you go through it so much quicker. Yeah, the shampoos may be like $3.75 or whatever, but you go through them every month because you need so much of it to actually wash your hair. And also too, the fragrance is so unneeded. Like if you want to smell good, put on perfume. If you want to smell good, use a body wash. Your hair doesn't need to smell good, people. Sorry if that came off as really harsh. Let's do Batiste. Yeah, Batiste or Batiste, I have no idea. All I know is that it's a don't. So just don't, because you need so much of it, you use it up so quickly. And again, for them to make it better, make it so it's not so white when you spray it on the hair. Like it's one thing for it to be like somewhat seeable for you to know where you put it. It's another thing for it to be blatantly obvious if you forget to like massage it in perfectly. Rika, okay, so Rika will go in the I like it. So I actually currently work with Rika at my hair salon. Technically not working with it right now, but at the hair salon I work at the moment, I use Rika, and it is a good brand, it's good. But for me, it's not amazing. It's not godly. Like to me, it does the job, it does good, it's nice looking, but I've seen better. and I've worked with better. Oh, Dry Bar, a good brand that people like, a good place to go to in the States to get your hair done, but and their products are good, so they're going in cuts. Dry Bar products, I've used a few, not many admittedly, but the only thing I'm gonna say is their products do good for when you use like their tools and everything. But if you try and mix up with other things, that's where it can go wrong. That's what my experience has been, at least. That's all I'm gonna say, but decent, good products, pretty good company. Let's do Sephora Brand. So for me, Sephora Brand will go in the cusp. I've never worked with them, so I'm not sure, but cusp seems like a good area for a brand that I'm not much aware of. So yeah, Kevin Murphy. So Kevin Murphy is another salon brand, and it's in the buy it please. I really like it. It's very concentrated. So yeah, Kevin Murphy is a salon brand. It's really good. It's really concentrated. I worked with it for a while too. The color line within it is really nice. So if you're going to a salon that has Kevin Murphy, love that for you. And for their actual products, it's really good. Again, really concentrated, so you actually need to add water while you're washing your hair. If you saw my how to wash hair properly video, that is how to wash hair when you have good products. Add water to make it be like movable in your head and like actually get it around. That's why you don't want your shampoos to be watered down by the manufacturer. Voila, a brand a lot of people use. Can I do this now without looking? Can I do this? I have to look. Don't. Wella is so hard to remove from hair. You would think because it's from Sally's Beauty Supply and some salons use Wella as well, like a bit better version, but Wella is so hard to remove from hair. It's either so hard to remove or it gets out so easily. So Aveda, cusp I like it, cusp I like it. I do like it. I do like their values. I do like some of their products. So it's an I like it. Aveda, if you don't know, is very eco-friendly. Oh, so is Kevin Murphy too. It's like vegan and like very ergonomical friendly. We love that. So Aveda is the same thing basically. It's very well made, sustainable. The products are good. That's all I'm gonna say. I got taught with Aveda products and I've worked with much better, so I'm just gonna base off of that. Okay, Ozzy. Let's put Ozzy in just now. Ozzy to me is not a good brand. How about that? I've heard many scary stories from people who've used it. I've heard good stories from people who've used it. Head and Shoulders. Please don't use Head and Shoulders. If you have dandruff, get an exfoliating shampoo, get a detoxifying shampoo, or a scrubbing shampoo, not Head and Shoulders. Do your research. Honestly, I can knock out a few right now, make this a whole lot shorter. L'Oreal, no. Pantene, no. Garnier, no. Tresemme, no. L'Oreal, Pantene, Garnier, and Tresemme. So those are the brands that add build up to your hair. It's the brands that everyone's like, don't ever use in the hair industry because they literally add a coating to your hair. It's bad because then it makes you feel like your hair is good even though it's not. You know how in school everyone's like, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. In hair school, the equivalent of that would be, there's like, the cuticle is like the final layer of like the hair shaft, the internal layers. So the internal layers is where everything happens, the cortex and medulla. So the cortex is with pigment, and that is basically your hair color. So whenever I'm bleaching hair, I'm going into the cortex. So when you have a buildup of hair, I can't get through the cuticle, into the cortex to color your hair. Okay, well, let me just get this one out of the way. If you're a friend of mine, you know how I feel about Davines. Buy it, please. I love it. I worked with Davines for about 2 years, and it is an amazing brand. I can rave on about Davines all day. It's very eco-friendly. It's sustainably sourced. They have their own plant in Italy. It's just like so well made. Their colors too. Oh, love them. It's just amazing. Also because too, their actual products too. Get rid of their color line of my eyes. Their products are so good. I use their products still. I go into my friends at the salon I used to work at, and I haven't seen a hair brand do anything like Davines has. Their products too, just like Kevin Murphy, are very concentrated. When I bought my past shampoo and conditioner from Davines, I use Nunu myself. Since I have highlighted hair, Nunu is really good for like highly processed hair or brittle hair. I got that in March. Basically, right after the pandemic started, I needed a new one. So I called a group of my bosses and I was like, I need products like that. I've had that since March and I'm still, like, I'm almost done. But considering too, it's January of the next year, that's pretty good if you ask me. Whenever I tell people like, yeah, you buy it once, you need it for like just a year, and next year you'll buy it again. And yeah, and if you need to know how to wash your hair, I have a whole video on that, using like dampness products too. So let's do the Diva Curl, because I added this on here because it's had some falls, it's had some scammy things happen to it. But when I worked with it for a little bit actually, but when I worked with it, it was good. It did what it did. So that's why it's on cusp. Okay, so I can knock out a few as well on here. So I just put Schwarzkopf, Joico, Redken, and Matrix in the cusp. So all those have like salon brand colors lines, like, you know, the salons use it. And for me, it does the job. That's really it. That's why it's on cusp. Let's do Way. Way is from like the Kim Kardashian's like stylist, I think it is. And I've used it, I like it. So that's why it's in the I like it. Can't really say much. It's been a few years since I've used it. Like I used it when it first came out and it was good, did the job, and I liked it. And I haven't repurchased it since, but I remember using it. Clairol. Nope, don't honey, don't color your hair with Clairol at home. That isn't it. Dove. No. I feel like Dove should just stick to what it knows. Body wash stuff. I use the Dove like bar soap. That's really good, in my opinion. John Frieda. I have one brand. I have one thing that I like from them, so cusp. John Frieda, the only thing I like from them is their dry shampoo. I bought it one time when I was traveling because I just needed one and it worked. It did a good job. It didn't leave like a white cast either, which I really liked. And that's my only experience with John Frieda. So that's why it's in cusp. Okay, Moroccan Oil. Just no. I feel like whenever it comes to oils, it's really hard to find one that works well because with Moroccan Oil, they use coconut oil, which I personally don't like using in hair. So Bedhead and TIGI for me are like together. And for me, they're just in the I like it. They're the styling products I use at the salon I'm at now. And again with Rika, like I like it. It pulls my looks together, but I work with better. So that's all I'm gonna put it at. It's good, it does the job. Caratas, or whatever you call it. Cusp. I haven't used their products, but I read the ingredients up for this video and everything, and they use good stuff. Just, I feel like I can't say much because I haven't used it. And then Marc Anthony, I think it's just gonna go in cusp as well. Man, there's a lot in cusp. Marc Anthony is in cusp, just because it's good, but it could be better. Like all the brands in cusp could be so much better. That's all I'm gonna say. And they could be worse too. Like, you know, they could be even worse. They could be on the level with herbal essences. So that is me ranking hair brands based on product lines and the color lines too, since I talked about that as well. And again, just if brands in the future are like, oh no, she doesn't like us. This is just how I feel right now. I'm 24 right now. I've been in the hair industry for 5 years. This is just how I feel right now. It could obviously change it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Just lets me know that you did enjoy it. Anyways, just thank you for watching again. And I will see you guys here next week with our new video. See you then. Peace.